All right, over the last few lessons, we have learned quite a lot about setting up the core files for a plugin, whether it is building a basic plugin that has no settings page, one with a settings page, and using JavaScript and CSS as well. So now it is time to practice. What you're going to do is first of all create a plugin. You're going to want to make sure that you have the proper information content or plugin header set up, and then go ahead and create a basic settings page. Finally, on that page, enqueue some JavaScript and some CSS to make sure that you have this process working. Bonus points if it actually does something functional or adds some actual nice styles, but the goal here is really just to get this working. So this is the core of what you have to practice, and at this point, really be comfortable setting up. However, in addition to this, there are a few optional things as well that I would like to suggest you try. The first one of these is use one of the hooks that you've learned about from the hook section to add some functionality. So we've been building plugins at this point just to show how they work, but they haven't done much. So try going and grabbing one of those hooks you already know about and just throwing it into your plugin to have some actual functionality built out along with your settings page or something like that. Next, load some CSS or JavaScript on the front end of the site. It is often the case when you build a plugin that you want to do things like styles or functionality, JavaScript driven, on the front end of a site. So optional extra step is load some CSS and JavaScript up on the front of the site. And again, bonus points if you do something actually productive, but if not, that's okay. You just want to test that you could get it working. You could also play around with displaying submenus. So take your plugin and instead of having your own main plugin menu link, put it under settings or put it under tools or somewhere else. Or if you think one day you'll be building really big plugins, you could go ahead and try adding a second menu link onto your plugin. Again, you don't need to have much there. We're really just testing, do we know how to get this stuff up and working? And then finally, add a plugin settings link from your plugin listing page to your plugin settings. So we looked at how to do that, and I just think that this is a nice little extra thing to include in your plugin so that when someone activates it, they know right away how to get to configuring it. So go ahead and check out these again. We have create a plugin, add the information comment, create a settings page, and enqueue some JavaScript and CSS, and then a few optional tasks that you could try out as well. Go ahead and take a stab at this, and then in the next lesson, I will go ahead and walk through a completed practice exercise that does some of these things that we talk about here.